Todd Talks.
Okay, so this is for my dear friend, and you know who I'm talking to. It's a prescription on how to be happy. There's a lot of ways we can be happy, but perhaps the surest way for you to find happiness and joy for yourself is to devote your energies toward making someone else happy. Right? You become a machine of happiness for others. And by doing that, you actually start to make yourself feel happier. If you make an effort to search for joy, you will find it elusive because you're telling your spirit, your the deeper part of who you are, that you're lacking in something, that it doesn't exist, right? Because if you're searching for something, you're telling yourself that you lack something. Well, here's the key. You don't. You don't lack anything. You have plenty of that inside of you. So if you search for joy feeling like it's missing, it will definitely be elusive, largely because you'll become engaged in the search itself, right? You're searching and searching and searching. Your life will be about striving, right? You're striving for something that you feel it doesn't exist. However, if you try to bring happiness to someone else, then joy will come to you. Seriously, like if you contact somebody and tell them how much you love them, or just say, hey, let's go grab lunch, or make a phone call. And here's the coolest part of all. Sometimes it doesn't involve somebody else. Sometimes being happy, reaching out and trying to find happiness by sharing and devoting your energies toward making someone else happy means yourself. It's like go out and just, you know what? Just go take a walk or go take a drive and figure out ways that make you happy. This is your day, your time. Go get a coffee, go to a bookstore, sit down and get a piece of cheesecake. Go take a walk. Go watch a video, a beautiful nature video, and be in awe with what you see. Give yourself permission to be happy. So try to spread that happiness inside your own heart. That's a big way of being happy, right? But here's some other ways or thoughts on how to be happy. So remember something. You come into this life, you and I, we all came into this life with nothing, and you leave with nothing, right? You didn't come in here with nothing. You were, a bunch of blessed spiritual cells that came together. You came in here with nothing. We acquire lots of stuff through the years, and then when we pass on, we leave with nothing. Think about that. The only thing you can do with your life is give it away. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful thought, isn't it? We feel like we have to acquire all this stuff, but the key is in giving it away. So this is the true essence of feeling purposeful. This is a way to have joy in the face of sadness. You experience joy when you attempt to bring it to others. There's a famous priest, Saint Francis. I think I've talked a lot about the prayer of Saint Francis and stuff, but there's an entire second part of the prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi. It's kind of a testament to the truth that we find joy by giving it away. In order to give it away, we must possess it ourselves first, right? So look it up. Look up St. Francis of Assisi sometime. Just YouTube that, a couple of cool videos on that. But this is what he said. Grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. Now, I don't know if you're into that type of stuff, poetic stuff, but basically what that's saying is that console somebody else, make somebody else feel good. Go comfort somebody, offer some help to somebody. Listen to somebody, try to understand them, especially if you have problems, especially if you have had addictions of some kind, or some kind of personality thing that you've been challenged with. Think about somebody that might struggle with that. Give them a call and just listen, understand them. And the third thing is to love people. Love yourself, of course, but love others. Think of somebody, even somebody you've held a grudge for, which is a silly waste of time, because grudges are a waste of energy. They're like an energy sapper, energy sucker. And so reach out to try to love somebody. That's a big key here. So I've found most of the times that I'm engrossed in sadness due to a problem, or a so-called problem, it's because of something that someone else has said or done or failed to do, right? Think about it. Most of the time you're upset, it has to do usually with that, right? So here's the problem. So this is the problem. I'm sad because of the actions or inactions of others, right? Isn't that kind of kooky? Think about that. Now, of course, this is an illusion. It's not even practically physical, something you put your hands on, but something that I have created in my own thoughts. It's in my mind that I'm experiencing the problem. So what is the solution? It's always so simple that I often, want to whack myself in the head, not realizing it sooner, right? It's only because of your thoughts that you're feeling the way you're feeling. So if somebody cuts me off with traffic and such, they acted a certain way. If I'm frustrated with them, I'm angry with them, I'm doing it all in my own head. It's totally ridiculous. I have total control over that. So here's a question too. Would you rather be right or be happy? Right? The solution often is to align with your spiritual side and attempt to bring some joy to someone else. Remember, that's important. So, because when you're engaged in helping other people, your sadness disappears instantly. It does. Watch it. Give it a try. It'll disappear. So I often try to send joy to people, or I used to. I don't do it as much anymore because I try not to engage in this in sadness and all that kind of stuff. But there have been times, when there are people in my life in the past, especially that have been the quote unquote source of my sadness. What I did was I learned, a lot of my teachers taught me this along the way, is to send joy to them. Forgive them. Even if it's your spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, and there are things they do or say, what if you were, instead of reacting and having it trigger you, you give them, or just sort of dish out joy to them and say, you know what, I'm not going to get upset by this. You must be frustrated. Send joy to them. Seems difficult, right? After all, our ego always reminds us that they're wrong and I'm right. And of course, my ego would much rather be right than happy. But I tame my ego and I change my thoughts. I changed the thoughts I've had of being wronged to thoughts of joy for those who I perceived have annoyed me. Get it? Instantly and permanently, your sadness would then dissolve, kind of like magic. It literally does, like kind of fades away because it's all in your mind, remember. So by sending joyful, loving thoughts to other people, particularly to those whom I have previously perceived to be the source of my sadness, I end the problem, which only existed in my mind to begin with, right? Only in your mind to begin with. So find joy by giving it away. Remember, as you get better at finding joy and giving it away, you'll find that another shift takes place. A literal shift happens as you start doing this practice. I'm telling you. And that's why I love sharing this stuff. But first you're working with your thoughts only, which is where you experience sadness, right? As you transform those thoughts of sadness, hopefully into joy, that's the goal here, your emotions will then follow, right? Your emotions always follow your thoughts. You'll experience a shift in your sense of physical well-being and begin to feel better. You'll feel lighter, more comfortable, healthier, and your feelings of despair and anger and depression and stuff will begin to dissolve. They literally start to dissolve. And then your behavior will change. It'll start to follow the path more the path of joy. You'll reach out to those who've wronged you, quote unquote, with forgiveness, because it's such a waste of time, and extend a helping hand to those who used to be classified as your enemies, right? So from thoughts to feelings to behaviors, your entire life shifts away from problems when you find your purpose by giving joy away. It's really important to understand that. So if you want to try to be happy, you want to be the source of happiness, not just for yourself, but for others. So my recommendation today would be to start sharing your joy with others. And in turn, it'll start to make you feel good. And just start somewhere. Just go for it. Just kind of plug your nose, hold your breath, and jump in, all in. What have you got to lose? Life is precious, all of it. Every single bit of it. Don't waste your time on unjoyful things. Engage in things that make you happy. Okay, not addicted. Don't engage in addictive habits that fake it, that fake you out to make you think you're happy. I'm talking about engaging in things. You know what? I've always loved bike riding. I'm going bike riding. I really have always wanted to go skydiving. So I'm going to start by doing videos and looking at videos on how to go skydiving. And I'm going to make that damn appointment and go skydiving. I've always wanted to write a book. Write the book. Whatever it is. Things that bring you joy. That's what you want to head towards. So those are a few tips on happiness, on how to be happy. And hopefully they help you. I appreciate all the feedback and comments everyone gives me. But you know who I'm talking to about how to be happy. I really care about you, and I really want you to be happy. And that goes for all of you too, because I'm sure a lot of you want to be happy, or at least happier. Who doesn't want to be happier? So hopefully these tips will help and increase your happiness. Love to all of you. God bless. I'm Todd, a lifetime artist and passionate creative professional with over 30 years of incredible experience. A wellness, martial arts, Zen, and spiritual teacher, imaginative entrepreneur, and honored husband, father, and grandfather. I'm driven to helping others achieve their personal, professional, and spiritual best. You can find me online at todd'szen.com or mitchellcreativegroup.com. Thank you.